Hello crafty budgeters, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Brittany. On this channel we are working to craft a budget and a lifestyle to become debt free. Today we are going to be working on our April budget setup, and I wanted to show you from start to finish how I do it. The April planner that I'm going to be showing you is in my Etsy shop. I just launched last week, so I'll put a link in the description to the Etsy shop. I'll put the video where I shared what I'm offering right now, but everything is on the Etsy shop so you can download it. They are affordable printables that you can download. But you can also, which I'm finding, if you like to do things digitally, you can use it as well. My girl at Brianna Life and Budgets just did a recent video on her channel using this April budget bundle, and she used it digitally. So you go over to her channel, definitely subscribe, watch it so you can kind of see how it looks digitally. The only thing that I will say is that when I made this bundle, I made it on a 2-page spread. I'm thinking that if people want to do it digitally, I might make a 1-page calendar to go along with the bundle. But for right now, the bundle comes with a 2-page spread, which you will see in a couple of seconds. So we are going to get right into it. Not only am I going to do my setup for the full month, I'm also going to be doing the breakdown for the first paycheck of the month. My husband got paid early. I guess it's for the holiday. And so I'm able to actually walk you through it a day early, which is pretty cool. Just to preface, I am using today as a day to record all of my videos. So if you see me in other videos with this blue sweatshirt on, yes, don't judge me. I'm trying to get all of my videos recorded today because with the holiday coming up this weekend, my sister's coming to visit and I just want to be able to spend some time with family, but I want to make sure I get all my videos out to you. So it's going to be a video happy weekend. If you are not subscribed to this channel, definitely hit the subscribe button to kind of keep up with all of the fun and exciting things that we are doing over here with the Crafty Budgeter channel. And then for all of my returning subscribers, thank you, thank you, thank you. We reached 1,000 subscribers. I am just overwhelmed with joy and gratitude. I am also thinking about doing, well, it's not even thinking about, I am doing a giveaway and I think I'm going to be posting it along with my cash stuffing video. So definitely make sure that you hit the bell, you get the notification so you can sign up for the giveaway. Let's get started. I'm gonna quickly go through what this budget bundle looks like for the month. You will see that there is a 2-page calendar spread that I use. We'll dive into that a little bit deeper. I kind of just like to see everything spread out. I like having a goal section, a category section, and a notes section. And I feel like when it's on one page, I'm kind of limited to the space, but to each their own. That's kind of just what works for me. Then I have the April budget. So this is my monthly budget. I kind of like to estimate what my budget will look like for the whole month, knowing that things are going to be changing. There might be some things that we add to the budget, things that we take away to the budget based on how the month is going. Then I have paycheck budget sheets. So each week I'm a paycheck budgeter. So every week that we get paid, my husband and I get paid every other week. So it kind of falls out that every week of the month we get paid, which is a blessing. For every week I do a paycheck budget. And I will have to add another sheet. I forgot to print out another one when I printed this out at Office Max. You can print it at home. All of the printables you can do at home. I just kind of like the quality of the laser printer that Office Max has or any like print shop has. So I just go and pay the like 17 or 50 cents per page to do it. Then I have an expense tracker. So I am really trying to be intentional on and seeing where our money goes. I'm also a zero-based budgeter. So I would like every amount of money that we get to have a name and a place to go. So I am tracking our expenses. And then we are doing the weekly check-in. These weekly check-ins have been really, really eye-opening for my husband and I, just to see again where we are putting our money at, when are we overspending, in what area, and how can we work to get that under control. So all of the pages up until this weekly check-in, that comes in the bundle. The bundle for just April is $8.50. There is a spring collection that's up right now if you want to do the April and May together. That's $50. Heck no, that's $15. The pages that I'm going to show you after this, that is kind of add-on. So I have a sinking fund page, a debt breakdown page, and then a cash breakdown page. I don't have it in my binder yet, but I will add that as we go into the cash stuffing videos. So these single pages are $1.50 if you would like them. Whew, that was a long intro, but I'm gonna try to make this video as fast as I can. I'm realizing that my videos are a little bit long, and I just think I want to be detailed and organized in a way that you understand kind of my breakdown and thought process behind things in many of my videos. But I also realize like no one's trying to be watching a video for 30 minutes. So I'm going to try to get all of the things done in a reasonable amount of time with still giving you enough information so you know kind of how I do my budget. So the first thing that we are going to be doing is I'm going to be writing down all of my fixed expenses bills. So all of the bills that I know come out the same day every month, pretty much the same amount of money or around the same amount of money, those are what we consider fixed expenses. Variable expenses are the expenses that can fluctuate each month. You have a little bit more of a leeway into like, okay, this week I might need to put in $10 extra, or this week, you know what, I overspent the week before, so I might have to take that $10 out. Those are variable expenses. So in our case, our variable expenses are things like groceries, eating out, gas, personal, and any miscellaneous expenses. So right now I'm going to go through, write down all of my bills, and then quickly go through it with you. I'll go through the goals and categories when I come back. All right, so I have finished putting in all of my bills for the month, as well as my goals, categories, and notes. I just want to go over a couple of things before we move over to our monthly budget breakdown. So you see that on the different days, I put the name of the bill as well as what I'm expecting the bill to cost. It might change, and that will be reflected on the paycheck budget breakdown when I do the actual numbers. But for right now, this is how I am budgeting for the monthly budget. I also put the paydays in a different color just so I can visually see it. All of this, and the reason why I do the highlighters is just so I can visually see at a quick glance how we are doing. At the end of the week, I will do weekly check-ins on the categories that we are wanting to track to see how we're doing, overspending or not. And all of the expenses will be put on the specific day that it is and will be highlighted on this calendar. Let me quickly show you from last month what that looks like. Just at the beginning, you'll see that there's some purples, there's some reds, there's some teal colors. So as we make expenses and transactions throughout the week, it will be tracked on this. So that way we can see at the end of the month how we did overall. I do want to just briefly show you what my goals are for this month. So my goal is to put $4,000 to debt. That is a lot of money. But if you did not know, April is a 3 paycheck month. So there's 5 weeks in April. So there's 5 Fridays, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that means that if you get paid on a bi-weekly time frame, that certain months that you will get an extra paycheck. So I believe there's 5 week or 5 Friday months for this year, which is great because it's money that you can put to some of your goals. I have never really figured out a way to do and budget out the third paycheck for the month when we get paid the actual paycheck. And so what I'm going to do this month, and I'm going to see if it works for me, I'm just going to pretend that I'm not getting paid this paycheck and budget like I normally budget for a 4-week paycheck like we typically have. And whatever money that we get on this Friday, that is going to go to any goals that we have. So go to the debt, go to if there's like expenses that we were over on, that will cover that. I don't know. We'll see if it works. Comment below. How do you typically budget your 3 paycheck months? Do you like break it up per paycheck? Do you just act like you don't get the paycheck like I'm trying to do? We'll see how it works out. I have never found a way that like has really worked for us, but I thought that I would try it out. So let me go back. So for our goals for this month, so put $4,000 to debt. I know I got the debt breakdown coming. Don't worry, it will be out this month. To stay within our personal and grocery budget, so keep that in check. I want to make at least $100 in the Etsy shop. Granted, if I don't, I'm not going to be upset about it. Thank you for all of those that have already purchased from the Crafty Budgeter Etsy shop. It has been so amazing just to see something that I've been working on for months, that people are enjoying it and purchasing the printables. But the money that I get for the Etsy shop will go to debt. So I'm not even going to be seeing that money that I get from the Etsy shop. It'll go to taxes, to put a little bit away for taxes, and the rest will go straight to paying off debt. If you're new here, we have about 6 figures worth. It's not even about. We have 6 figures worth of debt that we are trying to pay off by 2025. Hopefully sooner than that. And then do one family outing. Y'all know that I've been trying to do that for the past couple of months. We're gonna get it done this time. And then these are the categories that we'll be working on and trying to track. So groceries, eating out, gas, personal, and miscellaneous. Again, when we make an expense that fit under those categories, it'll get tracked on the specific day that we made the transaction, and it'll get highlighted in the specific highlighter. These are the midliner highlighters. Impartial. They're okay. I feel like sometimes they smear if you don't let the ink dry enough. Does anyone have any highlighters that they really like? I do like that they have it's like a two-sided highlighter. So it has this side with a longer tip, and then it has this side too, which I like. And then just some notes. There's some birthdays, my mom's, my sister-in-law, and my niece. So those are birthdays that I just want to make sure I keep track of. We are done with our calendar. Now let's go into budgeting for the month and our paycheck budget for the first paycheck of April. Okay, so I broke down what I am anticipating budgeting for this month based on our fixed expenses, variable expenses, and what I hope to do for our debt and savings. If you are new here, what I do for the starting balance, I don't share our full income and salary. I don't share what our mortgage is. I don't share what our tithes are. My husband and I just want to try to keep something a little bit of private. I pretty much share everything and anything when it comes to our expenses on this channel, but we are just comfortable keeping those things to ourselves. So we are starting this month with about $5,874. You'll see our fixed expenses. I'm not really going to read them. You can kind of see them, but something that if you've been here for a minute, you will see that has been added is daycare. My son started daycare last month, and so that is an additional expense that we are accounting for that we weren't previously. So we just have to make some changes in our budget a little bit. And then some of the fixed expenses I clump together just because I don't have enough room. The things that I clump together, Apple, I get charged from Apple like 3 times for Canva, for our storage, and for Apple Music. So I put that all together. Our loans. So this is actually just the one loan that we are paying on. Our 2 other loans are for the CARES Act. We aren't paying on them, and the money that we would be paying is going to debt. So that's another addition to how I'm trying to get to the goal, is that we are putting what we would be typically paying on those loans into our debt snowball. Utilities, this is our electric, this is our phone bill, and cable, I believe, is all in there. Y'all, I've reduced our phone bill by about $90 by switching to Xfinity Mobile. So if you have Comcast, you can get a really, really affordable plan. So we have an unlimited plan for my husband and I for $90, and they use all of Verizon's like cell towers. We switched over and we haven't seen any difference in like our network, our access like to the internet and all that stuff, like data, all of that stuff has stayed the same. But I would love your thoughts and opinions on, I think we might cut the cord and get rid of cable. I just feel like we spend way too much money for about 3 channels that we watch on a weekly basis. Most of them are like kids channels for my toddler son. And we have like a couple of other shows or networks that we watch. But for the majority of time that my husband and I watch TV, I feel like we're spending a lot of money. But I think I might get rid of cable. Who knows? I'm getting the itch. I don't know. I might have to test it out and like see what the options are. So those are just some of the things that I clumped together because for space reasons. So what I do is take the starting balance total subtracted from the fixed expenses total to get our remaining balance of $3,009.75. Then we go to our variable expenses: groceries, eating out, gas, personal, miscellaneous. You'll also notice that those were the categories that I'm tracking on the 2-page calendar spread, as well as what I'll be tracking on the weekly check-in. And then I like to have a $150 buffer in our checking account. Y'all know that there's always some random expenses that come out that you didn't know was going to be happening. And I just don't want that to like totally throw off our budget. So I want to make sure at all times I have about $150 in our checking account. Our remaining balance from the fixed expenses, the $3,009.75, we're going to subtract that by the variable expenses, which is $1,440.75, to give us a remaining of $1,569. And then the last part that I do is I call it the plan. So what I want to do for debt and savings. We have been doing a debt snowball since last year. My husband and I, we were blessed to be able to pay off over no, oh my goodness, I wish that was as much as we were able to pay off, but we were blessed to pay over $47,000 worth of debt last year, and based on the debt snowball, we are able to put $1,000 extra to debt every year. I'll link that video below that gives you the whole like breakdown of how we did it, but we are working to, again, pay off all this debt that we have. We are also doing the 100 envelope challenge. So we are budgeting about $234 for the 100 envelope challenge. For our emergency fund, I'm hoping to put at least $5,000 in an emergency fund by the end of this year. Our emergency fund got depleted last year for various different things. So I want to make sure we have a buffer for unexpected emergency things that happen. And then our sinking funds is about $135. If you watch my March breakdown, I was able to put a little bit more in some of these categories, but daycare has shifted our budget, and that's okay. Sometimes that happens, and you just have to kind of figure out, look at the budget, move around the numbers to make it work for you. I always want to put something to sinking funds while that's not my main focus, because I am very, very focused on paying off our debt. I still want to be putting a little bit of money aside every month, and that emergency fund is really important because, like last year showed us, we had a lot of emergencies that we had to pay for. So I do still want to put money into those areas, but our main focus is still on that paying off debt. So that's the April full month budget breakdown. I'm quickly going to go do the first paycheck of April, that breakdown. we're gonna breeze through it because it's pretty much the same kind of breakdown of how I do everything, but I'll just kind of show you the numbers. Let's break down this first paycheck. I know I put the April 1st and that's today, never mind. Because we got paid today. All right, Brittany, get it together. So starting balance is $1,752. You'll see just the 3 fixed expenses that we have adds up to about $332.48. That gives us a remaining of $1,420.22. These are our same variable expenses. Just 2 things I want to point out. The groceries at the beginning of the month, I always add a little bit more. So I know our full grocery budget for the month is $500, but I skew the first paycheck a little bit more, and then I plan accordingly for the remaining paychecks, just because I kind of like to stock up on some of the things at like BJ's that we will be using for the month. I'm really going to try hard to meal plan this month, because the grocery budget is the another area that we cut back on a little bit to kind of work with this daycare new expense that we have. The only other thing that's different is that I added bills. So throughout the month, I like to put some money aside into a separate account for some larger bills that will be happening in coming weeks. I do the same thing for our mortgage too. So that's the fixed expenses, and then, variable expenses, and then the plan for our debt and savings. It is $250. So the $1,000 that we budgeted for the month, I just divided it by 4. The 100 envelope challenge and the sinking funds. So my husband got a little bit more money in his paycheck it won't be happening the rest of the month, but I took that and split it between some of our sinking funds and savings challenges so that we can kind of get most of it done and I don't really have to worry about it. Or if I have just additional money, I can put that towards it. But you'll notice the sinking funds, I budgeted for the month $135, and I did that budget before I realized that we were getting the little bit extra in the paycheck. And you see, I was able to put $132. So pretty much after the first paycheck, I'll be able to reach our goal for what we budget for, but hopefully I can work the budget throughout the other paychecks that I can put some more money in there. So sinking emergency fund, the $200 divided by 4 for the 4 paychecks is the $50. So that totals to $557. That gives us the 0 base budget that we are looking for. So that's how I do the budgets for the month. So the full budget month, and then every week I will do this paycheck breakdown based on how much we got paid and what our starting balance is. Everyone does kind of their budgets a little bit differently, but I found that this way has really helped me to be more organized and detailed with the money that we are receiving. And while this is the breakdown and what I'm hoping to do, I also am giving myself grace that things might happen and I'm not trying to go over budget, or if I have some money left over, that would be great because that's going to go to debt. But if things happen that I may be over in a certain category for the variable, y'all know sometimes it is what it is, and you just move forward for that next paycheck that you have to budget a little bit differently to make up kind of what that overage would be. So that's the breakdown. So let's put that back in. The next thing I just want to do is just track the weeks for our weekly check-in. So I do my weekly check-in from the Friday. So yeah, from the Friday, whatever that payday is, to the Thursday. So this one will be April 2nd to April 8th, which is my mom's birthday. And then the second week will be April 9th to April 15th. And then the third week will be April 16th through April 22nd. And then week 4 will be April 23rd through April 29th. Perfect. So then each week I will put in the categories. We'll see what our starting amount was, what we spent, and what our total remaining is. the sinking funds sheet that we will be filling out when we start our first sinking funds for stuffing for this month. So that video should be going out on Saturday, I think I said. I don't remember, but when we do our first cash stuffing for our sinking funds, I will fill out this, and then we will also do the debt breakdown for the month, which has what the debt is, the starting balance, the minimum payment, and the ending balance. And we will do this together when I do finally my debt breakdown. So this is how I do the setup for each month. It's pretty simple. I don't need a lot of frills. I like it straight into the point. I will tell you that before I put anything on these pages, I do everything in an Excel sheet just to make sure the math works out. If I have to move around numbers, it does the math for me, because I can never do mental math right. And then even when I try it on my calculator, like, it doesn't seem to work out either. But yeah, so pretty simple. If you are interested in any of these pages, the bundle, definitely look at my Etsy shop. I am so thankful that you were able to be with me as I set up my budget. Stay with me this weekend. I'm going to be uploading some fun videos. If you like this video, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. We have some fun over here. But have a great rest of your day and have a great weekend. See ya. Bye-bye.